Like, this girl stuff is so easy, hey?
Yo, what is up, guys? How are we doing on this wonderful, wonderful day? What's today? Today's Saturday.
Friday.
Today's Friday, but you guys will be seeing this on Monday. Today I'm gonna give a little brief intro on what I know and how I shoot my long exposure photography. So we are out here at this beautiful waterfall, but the ISO is too bloody high, so you can't see it because I don't have an ND filter on. Oh, there we go, you can see it now. It looks pretty crazy. But yeah, so I'm just gonna give you guys some tips and tricks on how to shoot long exposure photography. Cool. So there are gonna be a couple of things I do recommend you guys having. One of those is gonna be an ND filter. This guy is pretty much just like a sunglass for the lens. Now this is gonna get really, really dark, but as you can see, it is quite dark, and the idea of that is that, you know, you can allow the shutter to stay open longer, but also not have as much light get into the photo. So that's what's gonna help you really create that nice, milky, smooth looking photo, which is obviously what is ideal when taking photos of long exposure things. And the other thing is going to be a tripod. Now, you don't need a super duper tripod. This thing was like $60 from like some camera shop. It's a piece of shit, but it does the job. They're gonna be the two main things you do need. The other thing, I'm lucky enough I don't need to have like a controller or anything like that, because I do just, obviously, I can connect this Sony A7 to my phone and I can control it via the app via Wi-Fi, or if your camera doesn't have a Wi-Fi option, you can also just if you can, set your camera to a timer, press it, and then the shutter will open and close at the times that you want. So there's no shake or anything like that in the image, which can happen if you are trying to do things handheld. I have got some handheld images before of long exposures, but you've got to be extremely still, which is very hard to do. So I do recommend just picking up a cheapy tripod, or even just a GorillaPod, which is what my camera's on right now, because it will save you so much time. Now, there is a couple other things you do need to keep in mind when doing long exposure photography, and that is going to be that, one, yes, your shutter does need to stay open for a longer period of time. Depending on how milky and smooth you want the image to look, depends on, obviously, will be a result of how long you leave your shutter open for. So I ideally go for, like, maybe 1 to 2 seconds, enough time, especially with like a raging waterfall like we have. There's enough movement going at a rapid pace, so it does come nice and smooth. You want to have your aperture pretty low as well, because you want to let the smallest amount of light into the image, and that'll make for the nicest image. And then obviously your ISO, because it is such a bright day, my ISO is going to be quite low. I will quickly show you guys my camera settings now before I take this photo. Cool. Alrighty guys, hopefully you can hear me. This waterfall is ridiculously loud, but we are quickly just going to change my camera settings. As you can see right now, the preview is extremely dark because my shutter speed is still reasonably quick, and I've already got low ISO, and my apertures are quite open as well. So the first thing I will do is drop my shutter down, and as you can see, the image is like getting extremely bright, and it's stopped at 1.4. That's because my aperture is so open. So we'll close that lens a little bit, and then we'll open that shutter a bit long. Oh, actually no, that's hold on a second. Sorry about that, I'm an idiot and I had it in movie mode from the slow-mo I was just shooting before. Yeah, so now I can drop that to like 1 second or something like that, and my ISO is still low, my aperture is really short, and I am gonna change, like I was saying before, I can set a timer, and I'm not gonna have it at 10 seconds, I'll just have it at 2 seconds. So obviously right now when I press this image, it's gonna hold, and then it just took the photo. And then as we can see, we'll have a quick little view. Obviously I'll put it up on screen, but you can see, this is so bad, but you can see how it's so milky and looks so nice like that. You know, if I wanted that to be a little bit more like flowy and milky, we'll go back into the settings. This is some really bad footage from me. I'm very sorry guys. I do need to get myself like a second camera or something, but we can just keep continuing to make the shutter stay open longer, and then we can even close, we can drop the ISO even more to like 50, and that looks, to me, it looks fantastic. And we'll just press that, the timer sets, and it's just processing, as you can see, and we'll click on that in the settings, and yeah, that is looking fantastic. Obviously I am quite a guy for portrait photography. There's some fresh kicks. I am going to be doing some photography stuff for this lady here. She does some pretty cool stuff. Check her out on Instagram. I'll pop that thing there for you guys. But yeah, so obviously I like portrait photography, so I'm just going to quickly change my tripod into like a portrait mode and take some other stuff. And then my last tip for shooting long exposure photography, I'm going to try get some form of subject into this image. It might be very difficult because we are standing on the edge of a cliff, but we'll see what we can do. All right, now that I've got my camera set in portrait, you can just see for me and what I like, there's nice clouds and there's a nice sort of framing. Portrait for me is just so much better. I don't know, don't get me wrong, landscape photography is cool, but something about portrait just looks great. And then because I know this will be uploaded onto a social media platform, I cannot stress more that you guys start shooting portrait and just throw landscape out in the bin. Sorry to all those landscape photographers out there. So we'll take this snappity-do, let that thing do what it's got to do. And we'll go check it out. Hot diggity damn, that is a good looking photo. Oh my God. Send that to freaking whoever you want, you know what I'm saying? Good shit. So in an ideal situation, I get someone set up on that stump there to get a nice photo there. But the only thing about that is that we're on a cliff face and that's pretty much it. Now, as much as I love getting a great photo and I'm all about pushing the boundaries a little bit, I think that's a little bit too much when it's like really borderline life-death situation here. Like, so I'm gonna try think of somewhere else so I can get a subject in the image, and we will come back. Oh, there's a bug on me. Hopefully we'll come back with, yeah, a nice subject in the image, because as beautiful as the waterfall is as the main subject, if you were to have someone in the photo as well, it sort of just creates this feeling of, one, you being there at the same time, and then two, how big and powerful it is, because there's a bit of a size comparison. So subjects they do really great at storytelling. So I guess that's my last tip when it comes to long exposure photography, if possible, to create a subject for the image as well. Alrighty, so I think I found the shot I want to put a subject in. So I'm gonna have my camera up here, and then I'm gonna go stand, or yeah, I'm probably gonna have to go stand right on that cliff stump there. I feel like that stump's not as bad as what that one was, just because of the angle of it. So I'm gonna connect my phone now to my camera, and I'm gonna take this shot, and hopefully it looks good. So we got the shot. I walked out there and I did have intentions of standing on that stump until I looked, and that stump is old and it's right on the edge of a cliff, and like my life versus like a YouTube video and like putting a subject in an image, I think I know what I prefer to do. So yeah, still looks good though, still happy with it. I just gotta stop wearing black everywhere I go because I just get so dark, but it's stuff I can fix up in post to make it look a bit better. But yeah, so yeah. Alrighty guys, I think that's everything for me today. I wanted to keep... Oh! Hey guys! Yeah. This idiot here actually had this camera filming in manual focus. So that last clip of me talking about stuff is shit. And I can't have that because it infuriates me when stuff is not in focus. But what I did actually just quickly wanted to talk about in that last clip was just a few things that you need to keep in mind for when you are shooting your long exposure photography. One of these guys, honestly, is a must. You can get away with them in some certain situations, but an ND filter will definitely help you. A variable ND filter is obviously the best choice if you do have a little bit of money to splash. I'll link some ND filters down in the description if you guys want to go have a look. But yeah, so a variable ND filter is obviously going to have variable stops, so you can have darker, lighter, etc, etc. And then yeah, just you're going to need a tripod, the tripod that my camera is now sitting on. You don't need the U-Butte freaking Tripod 3000, as long as it holds your camera up and has the ability to shoot either landscape or portrait. I feel like that's sort of what you really needed to do. I just picked up the cheapest, shittest one because I bought it for a job that I had and I needed to have a tripod. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Yeah, I know Mondays, I'm meant to do this whole Monday Minute thing, but I keep continuing to do like how-tos on Mondays, which just fucking, maybe I should just call it How-To Mondays. How-to on a Monday, you know what I'm saying? Oh God. But besides all that, guys, I did get a haircut. Probably the shortest my hair has been in quite some time. The guys down at TNT in Whistler, that's where I got my T-Rex tattoo as well. I got a little barbershop there, pretty good with the old snippety snaps. My God, shut up and get to the point. Alright, if you guys do want to keep up with me and all my other, day-to-day life activities, you can follow me over here, or you can follow me here as well. I seem to post on both of these quite regularly. Just photography things, and then obviously just other random shit that I just seem to post on stories and whatnot. So if you guys do want to keep up with me there, I also will link my Spotify down below if you guys do want to catch up on any of the podcasts you might have missed. I did just actually upload a podcast a couple of days ago with Steph on why I've decided to quit drinking. So that's a fun one you can listen to. But yeah, if you like the video, give it a friggin', and if you want to subscribe to see more stuff like this, I'd love to tell you there'll be like a consistency, and I really hope there will be, but it's going to be all things camera, lifestyle, downhill mountain biking. I'm going to Seattle next week. So I guess like travel, I fucking don't know, man. I'm just freaking riding this roller coaster of life as best I can and trying to pull a funny face at every, little photo stop that you see when you're coming on the roller coaster. You ever have those friends that would just could just pick them out perfectly? And you'd hop off the roller coaster and your face would be like this because you're stunned by the light, and then you got a mate over there who's just looking fucking U-Butte, looking like he's ready to go slay the ladies. Yeah, I was never that guy. But anyway, yeah, so if you like this channel, please subscribe. It means the world to me. And thanks for all the love on my last video I did post. I know I did talk about it on my Instagram, but I do want to say it here as well. It means a lot. I was just telling my story, and I think it's very important, especially if you are struggling, to share your struggle, because someone's most likely been in a situation before and they could most likely help you. I feel like the world has slowly gone crazy with this social media. It's actually pulled us further away from each other, but I feel like we need to start using it in more of a positive way to help people. And yeah, so yeah, make sure you go pat some puppies. I don't have anything to throw at the camera, so I will just sit here and keep talking. Nah, I'm not gonna do that. I'll just come to the camera. See you later, guys. Bye.